Welcome to my channel. I'm Beth Elland. Today's practice is going to be very slow, and we are going to do a cleansing flow. So we're going to invite in a few twists to kind of cleanse the system, and I'll talk about it while it's going on. If twisting does not feel good to you today, just leave those out. We'll still do this practice. You don't need any props. If you like to sit on a cushion while meditating or while doing seated postures, you can grab that and sit down on it, or a folded blanket or something like that. And to begin, let's just take a nice seat, cross legs, or you can sit on your heels, whatever's most comfortable. And close the eyes if that's comfortable for you. Resting wherever you like. Maybe face down on thighs. And take a moment to connect to your breath. Taking long, slow, deep breaths in and out through the nose. Using your breath and your comfortable seat to welcome yourself to the mat. Take 2 more rounds of breath. And take note of how the body feels right now. Let's blink the eyes open. They were closed. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. And exhale, bring your left arm forward, right arm behind you. Gentle twist. Keeping your sitting bones on the mat or on your cushion. And just pulling that right shoulder blade back. Shining your heart to the right side of the room. Feeling the crown of the head directly over the tail. Your next inhale, lift the arms back up as you untwist. And exhale, twist over to the other side. Right arm in front, left arm behind. When we take these twists, we're twisting from the navel. And it's like we're wringing out the spine a little bit. Just like how when you wring out a wet towel. Inhale, reach the arms up. Come back to center and exhale. Bring your arms back down into your lap. Maybe palms face up now. Take a moment to notice how that feels. When you wring out the spine like that, it allows this cerebral spinal fluid to move more freely. Extend your right leg out to the side, keeping your sitting bones where they are. Flex that foot, engage your leg. So you're pressing your thigh down, flexing the foot back. Just feel into that for a moment. And then same thing, inhale, arms lift. Exhale, left arm forward, right arm back. Face your chest towards your knee. Take another inhale. And on your exhale, lean your chest towards that knee. You can reach with your arms a little bit. There's no goal here. Just feel into this posture. This is Janu Sirsasana, called head to knee pose. I like to think of leading more with my chest towards the knee. But I suppose if you're super flexible, your head might go down to the knee. And don't force anything. Feel the opening in the hip, the inner groin, the hamstring. Exhale, push your fingertips into the mat to bring your torso back up to your neutral, untwist. And do Janu Sirsasana on the opposite side, bringing the right foot back in and extending the left foot out. Activating through the leg, flexing the foot. And just feel into your hips, into your inner inseam of the thigh. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, right arm forward, left arm back. Face that knee. And on your next exhale, you can fold forward towards that leg. Sitting on a cushion during these postures is super beneficial if you're not very flexible. You can get all the benefits of the stretch without compromising in the low back. The cushion will help your hips tilt forward. One more breath here. And exhale, push your fingertips into the mat, lifting your torso up gently. Coming back to neutral, one twist. And bring that left foot back in. Take 3 rounds of breath. Let's come into a tabletop position. You can move your cushion out of the way if you're using it. Tabletop here. Hips over knees, shoulders over wrists. Taking a few rounds of cat-cow. Tuck your toes under. Inhale. Broaden the collarbones. Lift the gaze. Exhale. Push the floor away from you. Curl the tailbone down. Inhale. Lift the chin. Keep the abs engaged. Protect the low back. Exhale. Push the floor away. Navel comes up towards the spine. One more on your own. Inhale. And exhale. And come back to neutral. Take a breath here. And let's tuck the toes under and move into our downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Shavasana. Push into your fingertips and knuckles to lift your hips up and back. And take a few deep breaths here. Releasing the head, letting your head be heavy in between the biceps. Right, breathe in through the nose, exhale out the mouth. Imagine everything that we've rung up so far out of the spine, just dumping it out of your head and onto the mat. Mm. And after your next exhale, go ahead and walk your feet towards the top of the mat. Feet hip width apart, parallel, toes pointing forward towards the front of the mat. Head is heavy, knees deeply bent. Inhale, lift halfway. Back is parallel to the ceiling. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift all the way up. Slow and controlled. Lifting the arms up overhead. And exhale, hands come to prayer through the midline and down to the sides of the body for Tadasana, mountain pose. Keep the abs up and in, shoulders rolled back and down away from the ears. Turn to face the long edge of the mat and bring your feet wider than hip distance, maybe about like a leg length distance apart. Point your toes towards the outer corners of the mat. Inhale, reach your arms out to the side, so your big starfish here. And exhale, goddess pose. Bend the knees and keep the knees pointed towards the diagonals. Inhale, straighten the legs, straighten the arms. Exhale, squat back down. Engage the thighs. Tailbone points straight down, abs engaged. Inhale, straighten the legs, straighten the arms. Exhale, squat down again. And this time hold, taking a few breaths. Next exhale, you can bring your hands to your thighs. We'll invite a little twist here. So breathe in and breathe out and dip your right shoulder forward. Bring your left shoulder back. Next inhale, come back to neutral. And exhale, twist the other way. Left shoulder forward, right shoulder back. You're kind of using your left hand on your left thigh, but don't press into it too hard. Sometimes it can be tempting to really crank it here. Please don't do that. Use your abs to pull your twist. Roll that right shoulder back and left shoulder forward. Good. Inhale, come back to center. Straighten the legs and reach the arms back up. Exhale, goddess. Squat back down. Inhale, reach. Exhale, one more goddess squat for good measure here. Engage the thighs, feel the buttocks, everything. And inhale, reach and straighten the legs. You can turn the left toes towards towards the long edge of the mat, and bring your right toes to face the short edge of the mat. We're moving into our warrior two. Make sure your heel is bisecting the arch of the back foot and bend into that front knee, making sure the knee stays directly over that ankle. Inhale, reach the arms up and gaze over your right fingertips, keeping the chest facing towards the long edge of the mat. Shoulders directly over hips. Big breath in and exhale. Bring your left arm down, meet the left thigh, and reach that right arm up overhead. Big side body stretch on the right side. 2 breaths here. And exhale. Bring your hand back over for your warrior two, Virabhadasana 2. Breathe, straighten that front foot. Bring that front toes, so all 10 toes are pointed towards the long edge of the mat, maybe even in slightly. Inhale, put your hands on your hips, and exhale, fold forward. Let your head hang. Maybe sway side to side. Again, just letting everything fall to the mat. The mat will take care of it. Our mat is magical today. Inhale, lift halfway, maybe putting your fingertips on the mat or hands to your hips. Exhale here. And inhale, push into both feet to lift your torso back up. Let's do the same thing on the other side. So now you're bringing your left toes to point towards the back of the mat. Right toes kind of stay pointed towards the long edge. Bend to that front knee. Inhale, lift the arms up. Gaze over the left fingertips now. Abs are strong. Keep that right shoulder pulled back in line with the left one. Right thigh spins inward. Take a big inhale and exhale, right arm to right thigh. Left arm reaches up. Side body stretch. And this is our reverse warrior. Keep breathing. Inhale, come back into your warrior. One breath. Inhale, re-straighten that front leg. Pivot your foot. And exhale, hands on the hips. Fold it forward. Shaking your head side to side if it feels good. Letting your arms drop down. Maybe swaying side to side again. Whatever feels best in your body. Maybe stillness feels good here. Take a deep breath in through the nose and exhale, sigh out the mouth. Big cleansing breath, cutting all that gunk out of your system, dumping it out the top of your head. Next inhale, bring your fingertips to the mat. Lift halfway. Toe heel your feet together until they're about hip width apart. Bend your knees. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift halfway. Back is parallel to the mat. Exhale, fold. And inhale, one vertebra at a time. Roll up to Tadasana. Shine the palms forward, chest lifts. And crown of head extends away from the heels. Let's step back to the top of the mat. Feet hip width, Tadasana still. Inhale, reach the arms around and up overhead. Exhale, fold forward, hinging from the hips, bend the knees. Inhale, lifting halfway. Exhale, plant the palms. Step the feet back into your plank pose. Abs are strong. Shoulders are over your wrists. And exhale, lower down all the way to your belly. Maybe lowering to your knees first. Inhale, roll your shoulders back. Bhujangasana, Cobra Pose. Pressing your tops of your feet and your hips into the mat. And exhale, come back down and push yourself up. Bringing your heels to your hips to your heels for child's pose, Balasana. Your knees can stay together or you can bring them as wide as the mat here. Elbows nice and wide, fingertips come together to touch. If your forehead doesn't meet the mat, you can always place a block there. If this is uncomfortable, you can place a cushion in between your heels and your seat. Otherwise, let's just remain here for 3 breaths. Listen to your breath. And push your hands into the mat to lift your torso up. Come to lie down on your back, swinging your legs out in front of you. Scooching your seat forward towards the center of the mat. And just roll down just one vertebra at a time, coming down to your elbows first. And then lying down, we'll do our reclined pigeon pose. So bring your left heel, your left ankle over the top of your right thigh, just below the knee. And if this feels good, you can stay here. Maybe you rock the configuration from side to side. If you feel like you want more of a stretch, you can bring that right thigh in and interlace your hands behind the thigh. Make sure you keep your left foot nice and flexed to protect your knee. Take a few deep breaths here. Let your upper body fully relax. Breathe in to the outer edge of that left hip. And on an exhale, release that right foot down and switch sides. And so slowly bring the left foot back down. Right ankle comes over the top of the left thigh. Staying here if it feels best. Or pulling that left thigh in for a deeper stretch. Hip opening stretches can be very cleansing for the emotional body, location of our sacral chakra. Breathe into the space. And on an exhale, you release and lower that foot back down. And both feet to the mat. Bring them wider than your hips, maybe about as wide as the mat. Dropping your knees over to the right and to the left in a windshield wiper motion. Releasing the low back. Very gentle final twist. Bring your knees back up. Keep your feet where they are. Dip your knees into the midline to touch. Bring your arms up into a cactus shape. Feel a gentle stretch in the front of the shoulders. Breathe deeply. Let your heart melt back behind you. You can stay here for a few breaths if you like. Otherwise, just extend your legs out for Shavasana, bringing your arms back down alongside the body, palms face up. Shavasana, our final resting pose, let it bring you into full, deeper relaxation. We'll take this opportunity to scan the body. Notice if you're holding any tension anywhere. And allow the cleansing energy we've squeezed and shifted around to flow through, clearing anything negative that's no longer serving you, and releasing it with every exhale. And 5 more deep breaths here. Feeling the belly rise and fall. When you feel ready, you can roll out your wrists, your ankles, move around a little bit, bend your knees, hug your knees into your chest, and move from right to left, rock side to side. Rolling over to one side, resting on the upper arm. And pushing yourself up, using your arms to come to take a seat, maybe on your cushion or on your heels, whatever feels best for you today. Bring your palms face up in the lap, closing the eyes if it's comfortable, stacking your shoulders over your hips. Noticing if you feel more clear. Noticing how your body feels. taking this energy, sealing it in, bringing the palms together as a prayer at the heart center, and giving yourself gratitude for coming to the mat today. Now close today's practice by chanting Om. You can join if you like, inhaling now. Om. Tipping the chin forward. Namaste. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you feel cleansed and purified. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Leave me a comment if you like. And subscribe if you don't. And I will see you in the next video. Namaste.